If you're thinking about having an estate sale and considering hiring a professional estate sale company, I invite you to watch this video the next couple minutes here because I think it'll be really helpful. My name's Jonathan, and I've owned an estate sale company for nearly 20 years, and I've done thousands of estate sales. So trust me when I say I know what you're going through right now. I know the position you're in. There's a lot to consider and there's a lot going on. You've got a lot of boxes to check right now, whether you are moving and downsizing, maybe just across town or even across the country, or if you are in the unfortunate situation in which you've lost a loved one. You've got a lot going on right now. I'm guessing that you're probably a little stressed out. And so the thought of hiring an estate sale company right now to sell your personal belongings is probably a little overwhelming. The thought of hiring a total stranger to come into your house and sell all your stuff and invite a bunch of other strangers, the AKA the shoppers, to come in, I mean, it's a lot, guys. It's a lot to consider. So I know what you're going through. So that's why I'm hoping that this video over the next couple of minutes will provide some insight, provide some help, some tips, so you can at least find an estate sale company that you're comfortable with. So when you're hiring an estate sale company, the first thing you want to do is probably reach out to family and friends to see if they've had an estate sale. And if so, they've hired an estate sale company here locally to your area that they used and they felt comfortable with. You might want to just start there. If you don't have that luxury and you kind of have to go out and go anew and you're going on Google or any other search engine or whatever, social media or however you're going to go out there and look, you definitely want to start by finding a company by searching maybe estate sale companies near me. And then the first thing I do when I'm shopping for something or a company is I look at the reviews, right? I think we're all kind of at that point these days. If you're looking on Google, check their Google reviews. How many reviews do they have? What's their overall rating? And what kind of reviews are there? Are they a bunch of reviews just from shoppers who are saying, hey, I got a great deal on a coffee mug for $1? Or are the reviews actually from uh, past clients who are leaving good, honest feedback about the company saying, hey, we hired these folks, they did a great job, or hey, we hired these folks and stay away. So for me, the first thing you want to do, whether or not you're hiring somebody that's been personally referred to you or you're going out and searching new, start with the reviews. Now that you have a couple of companies that you've zeroed in on and you've narrowed it down, the next thing you're going to want to do is go and check out their websites. A company's website is essentially your first impression with them. It's your first introduction, your first handshake, what have you. So you want the estate sale website to look professional. It should look aesthetic. It should look modern. It shouldn't be like a website from 15 years ago, right? And it should be easy to navigate, user friendly. You want certain pieces of information on that website as you're digging around. Does it talk about their background, how many years they've been in business? Does it talk about, are they insured, are they bonded? Does it tell you about their process? What do they do, how do they work, what from A to Z, how does their estate sale process work? Also, another kind of interesting and key element a lot of companies and websites will offer is they'll show you their past sales. And that's like a resume, right? Talk about resume. You can see all the sales that they've done. You can see what city they're in. You can see pictures of those estate sales. Some estate sales will even post, how much revenue that particular estate sale made. So those are all really nice features to have on a website when you're investigating these estate sale companies. You want to dig around. You want to see how informative they are. You want to see how resourceful they are. And that will help you make the decision of which companies you actually want to pick up the phone and call. Here's what to expect now that you're ready to make those phone calls and reach out to these companies personally. One thing you might want to consider is when you do jump on the phone with them to provide them with a little bit of information about your scenario. Where is your home located? What city is it in? How much stuff do you have? Maybe just a rough approximation or a basic description of, hey, I'm selling 50% of the stuff in the house, or we're selling everything, whatever the case may be. And you're also going to want to talk about your timeline. We need this done in 2 weeks. We need it done in 2 months, whatever the case may be. You want to be able to provide that information to the estate sale company so they have a general sense of how and in what timeline they can help you. So with that being said, once you are in full conversation with them, it's kind of like what we talked about with the website. You're going to want the person that you're speaking with to run you through their process. Generally, the process is as follows. This is what we do. We start off with a free consultation where we'll come out to the house and meet with you. We'll assess the home and all the things inside it to make sure that you're a candidate for a good estate sale. So we'll do a walkthrough. We'll check it all out. Can we help you? Can we not help you? Roughly, what is all this stuff worth, and what can you expect to hopefully make during the estate sale? So you have your free consultation. After the consultation, you're going to want to see an estate sale agreement from the company. If you're working with a reputable company, they're going to have an estate sale agreement. So you want to have that contract sent over so you can review it, and then you make the decision at that point, hey, we're going to hire these folks. Once hired, the next thing that's likely going to happen is there's going to be photographs taken of all the items that you'd like to sell in the house, so those can be used to advertise. Advertising is generally estate sale listings posted on all the different estate sale websites, social media, etc. You're going to want to ask them about their following. Do they have a big following? Do they have a built-in email list? How do they advertise? Where do they advertise? So once that's all up and running, the next step is that they're going to come back out to the house, usually the week before the estate sale, to get everything staged and organized and priced and ready to go. You really shouldn't have to do anything. They should do all of that for you. And if there's stuff that you're keeping, if you're still living in the house, you're just going to want to separate that stuff, and the estate sale company will help you do that. Once it's all set up and staged and priced, then you have the estate sale. Estate sales usually occur on weekend days. Once the estate sale is over, you should expect to get paid within, 7 to 10 business days. That's a question you're going to want to ask, is when do we get paid? You should get paid. And then if they offer any services to dispose of or handle the stuff that's left over. We work with a charity, several charities actually. So we have our charities come in and take what they can take so we can get you a tax write-off. And then as a very final step, if you just need junk removal, we could do that for you too. So when you're all said and done, the house could be, or should be, broom swept and vacuumed, emptied out, looking great, ready to go, I should say. So that's kind of the process, and that's what you should be talking about in the phone interview and in that first initial consultation. Another point of interest, or I should say several points of interest, would be, after you've discovered their process, is, are they insured? Again, if you didn't find that out through the website, are they insured? Are they bonded? A couple other key questions is, okay, when stuff sells, who moves it out of the house? Are you guys professional movers? Do you hire professional movers? Is the shopper going to take the stuff out? You don't want that. You want the company to handle that stuff. And then what if something happens during the estate? So what if there's a nick in my wall? What if you guys scratch the floor? Who pays for that? Who takes care of that? These are all the sorts of questions you're going to want to talk about in your phone interview, and then obviously when the person's on site. Beyond all of that, then there is the obvious question of, how much is the estate sale company going to charge me? There's a couple different ways that estate sale companies do this. A lot of people will just be commission based, meaning they'll just take a percentage of the total sales results. Generally, that's anywhere from 30 to 50%. Some companies might charge additional setup fees to get everything organized and priced. Some companies will charge for the donation afterwards or the junk removal afterwards. So there's a lot of factors that could go into the fee structure. So you want to make sure that you flush all of that out so you understand all of that up front, so there's no surprises at the end. Nobody likes those kinds of surprises. So that's all of the sort of basics, the cursory stuff that you should, find out with your fact finding through searching through reviews, searching through websites, and then actually doing the phone interview. But perhaps one of the most important things that sometimes I think is easily overlooked, which shouldn't be because it's pretty critical, is, do you like the person? Are they personable? Are they nice? Are they normal? Do they have a smidgen of charisma? Because at the end of the day, they are a salesperson and you are hiring them to come into your house to sell stuff, right? So you should like the person. You should want them to be involved, because again, this is a for most people, a very sensitive, transitional point in their lives, whether you're moving or, again, the unfortunate situation of helping a loved one's inheritance who's passed away. This is a pretty sensitive moment. So you're going to want to work with somebody that you like, that you feel like you can trust, because this is kind of a big deal. So that's a final factor that I think is very important whenever I hire somebody. Do I like the person? So hopefully this video has provided you with some insight and some information to at least get you started, to be comfortable making some phone calls and start doing some research. If you have any other questions or you'd like to reach out, we're always available. You can reach us through our website. You can reach us through our socials, and we're always here to help. So we wish you the best of success with your search for an estate sale company, and we hope your estate sale is a great big success.